everybody, and how are you? My name's Iris Smith and I'm the owner of a small business called The Flower Patch, where I make beautiful artificial flower arrangements for all occasions. Well, I hope you're all right, guys, and you've had a wonderful day yesterday. I sure did. I went to the doctor's again this morning, but everything's okay. So anyway, today I had a customer order. I've got to catch up on my customer orders tomorrow. But one of the customer orders, I thought, with it not being so big, we're going to do it today on our tutorial. The customer had brought in me two love arts, two wicker love arts. I've attached them together. She asked if I could attach them together. I said yes. She wants it to go in a hallway, as she's only got a small hallway, and she wants it just to go in there to match the decor, just to hang on the wall, basically. So I've attached a piece of dried foam and also attached some wreath wrap around it and placed some cable ties through the wicker to hold it together. And it's also by doing, before I did that, I placed two cable ties through the back to hold also the two hearts together. Now, she did ask for a bow, so we went through the ribbon when the lady came, and she chose, because the colour scheme is burgundy and pink. So the lady that chose the ribbon, her name's Marion. She just wanted something like this. Isn't that sweet? Doesn't the burgundy look wonderful against with the deep rich burgundy? Sorry, it looks lovely with the pinks. So I suggested, and she agreed, that we placed the bow at the bottom. So we've got that. The loops on the bow, they start from 5.5 inch, 5 inch, 4.5, 4, and then 3.5 in the center. So we've got that. Now the lady chose, I always, allow the customers when they come here to choose the floral and the foliage that they may want on their arrangement. So this is what the lady has chosen. Now she's chosen some dusted twined fern. She likes the wispiness, or the, well, I call it wispiness. The lady just said the stringy bits, but the wispiness of our dusted twine fern. So we've got that. She did like the Shikibi spray, but she didn't want as much in it, so I suggested I'd place them on single picks and just dot a few around. So that's what I've done, and placed those on single picks. She did like these. I keep forgetting what these are called. I just can't remember. There's just one of them that I always keep forgetting. I'm sure my friend Linda will remind me. But she did like the colour of that, and she liked it. It got a little bit of tint of pink in it. So we've got that. And she chose some ficus, but she chose the one that I have, not the plain one, or the one what I say looks like cat's eyes, but she chose this one with the limey green. And I guess it goes with this as well, having the nice limey colour. She did spot these. I told her by placing too much in as a cluster, it would look a bit too much. And again, I suggested if I just scatter a few around. So I pulled some off of a bunch and put those also on single picks. Now, I can never remember which, this is a herb, so I can't remember which herb. I'm no good with herbs. If they're in a little tub when you buy them from the supermarket, I'm fine, but fresh herbs growing in the ground, I can never remember. So I don't know if it's rosemary or something along those lines, I'm not sure. But we've got that. Now she did pick, because of the burgundy, some willow in burgundy. So I've got a fresh stem here. I probably will cut it up because the stems are just as long as what the actual Love Arts are, so they will probably get chopped up. She did also like these because she said they looked, again, stringy. So we've got some long wispy lavender, which is extra long. I purchased it with, not lavender, sorry, foxtail. Let's get this right. I purchased quite a bit of this, and at one stage I really did use quite a lot. But she does like that, and again she likes the wispiness of that as well. Now she asked for a few berries, but not a lot. But she didn't want burgundy or pink berries. I shown her the burgundy and the pink, but she spotted these, so I've already cut these off of the bunch, and she's got, these have also got a little hint of pink in them as well. I did show her this and tell her I've got these are leftovers, and obviously I wouldn't have, I don't charge, if they're leftovers, I don't charge the full price of what they should be, because they are just oddments really. So I do take off some of the price when I use the odd leftovers. So she does like that, and this is limonium, so we're going to use a bit of that. For our floral, she chose some beautiful, lovely, and they've also got little daisies on with fern in. Some lovely, deep, rich peonies, should I say. Oh my goodness, I'm going crazy today. I keep forgetting my words. But she did choose those. And in the pink flowers, a lady of my dreams, she chose ranunculus. Oh, when she did, I didn't even tell her about these. She just was looking and went, oh, I like those. So I pulled them out, placed them against the, because I do hold them in my hand, what she's chosen, to see if she likes the combination. And she loved these. So, and then because I've got hydrangeas, she says she is a fan of hydrangeas. She's got them all over her garden. And I have got mini ones. I got tiny baby ones. Oh, they're so cute. So, again, they've got pink, yeah, it's like a pinky colour, mauve. And then the white has got a slight hint of pink. Oh, here's my cat, if you've not seen him for a while. So she did choose those as well. And I just told her I'd pop these in. I've got the last three, the wild lilies, and I said I'd just pop those in for her. So she's happy with those. So that is what we've got today. So let's move things down. I won't use everything on these bunches that I've got, I don't think. So let's move the berries. Oh, my cat just won't move out my way. Right, I'm going to bring the camera down again, guys. And first of all, thank you so much for the wonderful messages yesterday concerning me coming back to work, and also the arrangement, the Hogarth shape wreath that we did as well. So that was really, really sweet of you all, and I'm, you know, it's very heartwarming and kind of you. So, right, we're going to bring our camera down. Oh, and it's cold today, guys. If you're wondering why I've got this thick winter coat on, it is only at the moment in Mansfield, 13 degrees, and it's not going to get higher than 15. So I don't know what that is in centigrade. I'm no good like that. I have to look it up. But yes, it's quite windy and chilly. And yet last week we had it and it was absolutely beautiful weather. Right, I'm going to start with the willow, I think. Or do I start with the ficus? I've tried to cut things down in advance. I think I'll start with the willow. I don't want it too big. So from yesterday's arrangement to this one, it's not going to be as big. So I'm going to place this one going in here because I don't want it too high either. So we'll place that one there. Some of the leaves on here are slightly the opposite way round. If you get it like that, if they don't twist around like this one doesn't, pull it off, pop a bit of glue on it, and then place it in the correct position. Let's wipe the glue off. And I'm going to bring this one here as well. I may cut the stem a little bit shorter. And bring this one slightly out. Now I want to, oh, the lady did say she's not fussed if she doesn't see much of the wicker, because I did ask her about that. I tend to try and go through everything. She's not so fussed if she doesn't see the wicker. She's more bothered about the floral. I try to go through everything with, oh, I've snapped that one, with the customers and make sure that they are happy. I go through if they have any allergies or anything like that as well. They seem to be one forward and one backwards. There we have it. And I'll place another one here as well. I think that single one I'll pop up here. Like so. Yes, there's one what's forward on every one. So I'm going to be coming down. It's going to be in the sort of a shape of what a swag or a teardrop swag would be. And that's another thing that I asked the customer if she had got any particular shape. She just replied that she'd like it just to go down to the bottom as a point. So we'll do it as like a teardrop. So like a teardrop, I always say this is the neck, and there's your widest point, the shoulders, and this is your rib cage going down. So we're going to be placing that at an angle. I'm going to place this one. I'm going to place some obviously under the bow. I'll place that one there. Sorry guys, I didn't realise that all of these had one facing forward, one back. And what I do on one side, I will do the same on the other. Just giving it a little bit of a bend. And I'm going to use one. And that one is a bit closer in towards, like so. I'll place these aside because I'm not sure if I'd like one here, so I'll keep those at the side. I will place the bow in at a later, just as you know, as we go along, because I don't want it. I want to place in some of our foliage and things first at the bottom. I may have to cut these. So if you have any Love Arts wickers or even just circular ones, and you would like to make something like this, it's very enjoyable. Yeah, just something to have in your home. I'm going to place these two one there, that, just move that one out a little bit. And what I'm doing, I'm going in between each of the willow. Now placing them in at an angle, not, you know, vertical or horizontal. I'm going to place one there. Again, I don't want it sticking out too far. If you can hear that purring, guys, it's my cat. Right, so that's what we have at the moment. I don't think I'm going to place, or I could place the odd one of the ficus on top, but we will have some foliage from other things. So I'll just bring place it down like that. And then we'll place this one in the centre. Just tidy the stem. I don't know if I need... Yeah, let's get one more in. So it's balanced. So now we have the top of it filled as well. So I don't need no more. I'll put these in my leftover bucket. And I can use them for something else. Right, so we've done our ficus and our willow. Excuse me. So let's have a look at these. I cut these off of a bunch. I don't want to place too many in, with them being quite long. I just want to have them a few sticking out, but not really too far. So I'm going to place them sort of like at an angle, so they're drooping down. Let's just lift it up a little to give that movement that the lady liked. And do the same here as well. I love doing little tiny things like this. And do I like anything, me? Anything that's pretty. I may bring one coming up. So let's place that under the willow as well. Some people usually, when they have wicker things, they like to see them on show. But this lady was more, interested in the floral side than seeing the actual wicker itself. do another one here. So I'm going in the same place as what, you know, the others are. So I place one there and I will place one directly opposite. I don't know whether to place one. Yeah, we'll place one right at the bottom. We've done one at the top, so let's get one in at the bottom. And it goes under the willow again. So the lady has that. So again, I'm not going to use any more of those. See, I know the lady chose these. I will place them in. They are quite long, so I will have to cut the stems extremely short. So before I carry on, I want to have a look at our floral. Let's see about these. So they have like a little bit of a wild daisy on some of them, not all, I don't think. No, there isn't, they're not on all of them. So I'm going to want to put one at the top. Or do I put it here? Yeah, let's place it there. Up there. And then we'll do the same at the bottom as well. Mind you, we're having our bow there, aren't we? So I'll place that one there. Let's get our bow in before I forget. So I'm going to wrap this around the wicker itself. I can see now. Right, I can see a space. I'm just going to get my other snip so I can grab it while it's inside. There we go. Oh, I think I've twisted it, guys. Yeah. Because it's not biting, so I know I've twisted it. So it needs to be turned. There we have it. There we go. We'll just then cut off the cable tie, and I'll just fluff it up. And just place your fingers inside. The burgundy bow hasn't got any wiring at all. So customer's choice. I always, you know, if I do personally think something doesn't look quite right, I always, you know, inform the customer and give them another suggestion and explain the reason of it not looking quite right. So that's how we've got our bow at the bottom. And again, this hasn't got no wiring, but it does curl on naturally on its own. And I think that's basically because it's been around the spool or the ribbon reel. So we've placed that floral just there. So I'm going to bring 1, 2, 3, 4, 2 out from the side, and then I'm going to place another one in the center. So then that would be 5. And again, I don't want it long. So we're going to sit it just like that. And do the same on the opposite. And then we'll place one in the center. Do I place the one with the fern? Oh, no, the flowers. And let's place the 2 daisies facing downwards. Like that. Doesn't that look pretty? Yes, that looks really, really pretty. So we don't need the rest of those either. We've got 5 in. Again, I don't want to overload it with lots and lots of floral and foliage because of the size of it. Then once you place the pink next to it, it looks divine. How many did I get? 1, 2, 3. I've got 5 of these as well. So I'm going to place one above, or should I, it's that you can either look at it as above the center one or below the top one. So we're going to do that as well. We'll sit that like that. And then one below, in between these two. Like that as well. I try to keep them on the same level going across. And then at the bottom I just slightly obviously go down a bit if I placed one underneath. See, I don't know whether to place one up there. I don't want to. I quite like the look of one down here, but in between the bows, or the, you see, I say it again, in between the ribbon tail end, the tail ends, let's put it that way, that's easier. Well, I could I'll bring the two up here. That's what I'm going to do. Two around the shoulder area on the bottom. Again, the shoulder area is just a little bit wider. I'm not going too wide like I would on a proper swag. Again, because of the size of the love hearts. And then I'm going to place this one down here. Just lift up. And sit it on top of the burgundy tail end. So I've done that at the bottom. Now I've got our little hydrangeas. Now they are a double head, so they've got a, you know, a green and a white one on one stem. How many have I got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I want to, I'm going to want one here. On this side. So I've placed that on that side. Again, as you can see here, this is higher than that one. So as you're going down the side on anything like this, even a table arrangement, the top ones are always the higher ones. Then you go down inside, then you go down a step and then shorter than that. So that's higher than that, and this one is higher than that. Very pretty. So I'll get one on the other side as well. Has that one got? Right, I'll place this one somewhere else because it's got quite a bit of foliage on. So I'm going to bring that at the top. Underneath the rose. So then I'll get one what hasn't got as much foliage and place that on the opposite side to that one. And what I'm doing, I just placed it in first. As you see here, you have the green one, the white one. Now on the opposite side, I've put the white one and the green one. You always go opposite in an, you know, a diagonal position like if you've got two heads different colours, because if I place the two white ones there, it would make it look a bit more of a block. So you place them at a diagonal position away from each other, so then that will balance that out a little bit more. So I've got two left. What, I've got quite a bit of foliage on, and I'll do that. Oh, hi, hon.
Hello.
So we will place, so we've got those two there, one at the top. Let's see if I could place one here. Now, before I make my decision, I always suggest that you try it first by placing it in. And then place one here. So we've got like all the hydrangeas on the top, or do I bring one there and on the shoulders? So let me just have a look. Yeah, I prefer it on the shoulders, as I call them. So they are push-ups as well, which is good. I love push-ups. So we'll place these on the shoulders because there is a bit of a gap. Oops. I'm looking for the other one. Do you ever do that, guys, where you think you've placed it back down on your workbench and then you've forgotten that you've actually left it in your arrangement? So again, I've done the green one here. So I'm going to do the green one opposite in a diagonal position. So it's like that at the top. Doesn't that look pretty? Now I've got this I want to place in. This will help bring it alive. At the moment it looks quite dark with because there's quite a bit of red, or burgundy should I say. But I want to get just a few of these wispy bits in. Again, I'm not going to place a lot of these in, guys. I don't know how many I took out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I've took 9 out. I won't use 9, but I've just taken those out. But again, I can put the rest in my leftover box. And what I'm going to do, you can either bring the odd one in, which I will do, but not too much of it. But I want to bring some around the top and around the bottom on the sides. So we're going to go under and pushing it in as far as it will go. And do the same on the opposite. Like that. And I'm also going to get one. Let's take the band up. And I'm going to place it in the centre for that point at the top. I think I've just dropped one here. So I will do that too. Oops, I pulled it off. Let me just turn it over. Put some glue on the end. Like so. So we've got the 3 at the top. This one's higher than the ones here. So then we'll bring them round around the middle area here and place those there. But I will place these also in at, instead of straight in horizontal, I will place them in at a 22-degree angle. So they are pointing downwards. I don't want them sticking out, because you cannot shorten these, unfortunately. So we will, and I've just placed it there. I will do the same on the opposite side. Well, oh, my sister, she has offered, you know how I tell you that I put my flowers on, when I buy flowers or anything like that, I take so many out of the bunch, or cut a couple of bunches up and place them on single picks, so then I haven't got to do it when it comes to doing a video for yourselves, or even for my work for customers. And she has offered to do it for me. She's told me to put all the flowers I want on picks off the bunches, or just put the bunches in the bag. She'll cut them up and place them on new picks for me. Isn't that kind of her? So, because I go to see my sister every week without fail, unless obviously family matters, but she absolutely loves doing things like that. She finds it relaxing. Of course, I said yes, guys. Bless her. So I brought her a present for doing it. She did some yesterday for me, and I was speaking to her after the video yesterday on the phone, and she said she was loving it. Loving placing them all on new picks. Gosh. I said it won't be long before you perhaps get fed up of doing it. Right, I've got 3 left, so I'm going to place one on the top here. I'm pushing it again all the way down as far as it will go, because I don't want it sticking too far up. Then I'll bring one in the middle, and then one going down the end. This one's a little bit bendy. I will steam that for the customer. I like them to be straight, so I will. As you can see, it's a little bit bendy, so I'll get the steamer on it before I pack it and treat it. Even though she's having it inside, I will still treat it, because sometimes, you know, she didn't, when she says in her hallway, I don't know if she's got glass at the side of her door, but also sometimes with the glass at the side of your doors, your front doors, the sun will still shine through and it could bleach them. So I always protect them if they're even indoors. I've always done that. I've had flowers before, and I've learnt myself from it. I've had flowers before where the sun has bleached them at the side of my front door, because I've got two big long windows from the size of the doors, well, the length of the doors, and the sun gets through and it has bleached. So I've learnt my lesson. So that's what we have at the moment. I've got spaces here. I specifically have left these here because obviously I've got this, but because we've got pink there, I want to either place in some berries as well, maybe some of this. I don't know if it's jasmine or something, but, and then we also have these, the herb, and we also have these. So, and I've got these I said I'd place in for, we'll place those in somewhere near the end. So what I'm going to do first is place in some of this. Now this will brighten it up. So I've cut this off a big bunch, guys, and into pieces like that. I didn't realise I thought I may use some around the sides. And you could these are not push-ups. So again, if you want these to spread further and use them just as a little something in your arrangement, pull them off, place a pick on and pop them in. Or you could cut them into half. There's one where it's got two on there, and then there's 3 sets of leaves here. Or you could cut them into thirds, where you have 2 sets of 2 leaves and then just one single one. It's entirely your choice, or just leave it as a whole. So I want to cut them down because obviously I want to place in a few more pieces. So, and that gives that lovely effect. So I'm going to have them where some are 2 sets of leaves and some are 3. Let me just grab my coffee my husband's brought in. Oh, the blue and yellow wreath has gone. The orange and yellow wreath that I've done, my sister spotted it. My sister who's got the horses, and she loves it, so she's buying that off me too. So they've gone. So I'm going to bring one down here as well, in the same position as that, but just down here where this rose is. On here I placed 2 sets of leaves, and on this side I placed 3. So I've swapped over like I would, you know, with the hydrangeas. So on this side I've placed 2 sets of leaves, where it's got, and this one's got 3, and that will go here. So the 3 and 3 are opposite. Again, and that is just to balance it out and give it that, you know, the flow. So we've got those in there also. I always like to put something in here. So I'm thinking, do I cut the top one off and just put one in there? I do like to see foliage and a little bit of floral sat within the ribbon. So I'm going to glue that onto the ribbon. In fact, I'll place it there, because I do like things to look like the ribbon is growing within the floral and the foliage. And I'm going to keep this one as it is, and place that one up above where the highest point is. I'm going to place that just there. So that's that. And then I'm going to bring one, I think, or do I not? No, because we've got this one here, I'm going to keep that one there. I'm not going to add any more in, because again, I don't want to overpower it with just one certain foliage, because then your floral will then start to become hidden. So I've cut this off the limonium stem and used it, and well, not used it, but had these left over. So just by adding where the red is, because obviously it's pink and red, we just want to, because it's quite a rich colour, it's deep, it's a burgundy red. There's the ranunculus here, what's quite light. So by just adding a little bit of more pink around the deepness of this rose, or peony, should I say, because you don't really get to see. Let me just, the ranunculus, because they are so light. So I will bring just the odd one of these and, you know, pop them in. Around the rose, just to give it a little bit more pink. And then I'll do it on the opposite side. So I've placed it like so. And I'll do that up here as well, where this ranunculus is, and the rose, peony. Oh gosh, I don't know what's wrong with me, guys. Well, I've got the choir practice tonight. I couldn't go last week due to being in a hospital, but I've got it tonight, and I'm really, really looking forward to it. That's that one. I don't know whether to place, no, actually I'll place those coming out, or under here, actually underneath. So let's get those just under, so we've got a little bit of the pink with these deep roses. I will get it right, guys, I really will get it right. With the peonies. Oh my good gracious. They are peonies, guys, because they, when I ordered them, and then once I order them, they go into the bucket where the peonies are. And also on the invoice, it does state peonies. So that is that. So do I place any more in? Yeah, I'm going to put 2 up above. Let's just see, I can't see. That's that. One there. I'm just lifting it up. So I've placed 2 at the top. Now I've just got this left. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to attach it to our bow. So it looks like it's now going to be as well coming from the bottom. So I've attached it on like that. Now I've got these 3 flowers. 1, 2, and then maybe 1 down there. Yeah, let's do that. So these wild lilies, I'm going to just pop there on this side, and then do the same. Oops, let's get the glue, it's trailing. And then do the same here. So it's quite a compact arrangement. I did ask the lady if she wanted compact, or again, that's another one of the questions I do ask, if they want it compact or wispy. The lady says she wants it quite full. That was the exact words the lady said, quite full. So you fulfill your customers' wishes. And I always say as well, you may not like the design, but everybody's got their own, you know, design of floral, what they like, and you know, let me just, so you just fulfill your customers' wishes, whether you like the design or not. I can't get that one in, so I'm going to cut it shorter. I'm going to stick it to the bow. Let's get that glue. And plus as well, another thing I'm a true believer of, even if you don't like your customer's choice, I mean, but obviously, you know, you do make it to the customer's requests and what they require. But even if you don't like that sort of a choice, it's giving you experience in other designs, and I'm a true believer of that. It's learning you how to do other colours and designs along the way, and I think that's a good thing. So I've placed that there on the bottom. Oh, let me just have a drink. Right, we've got some berries. If I'm going to put the shakibi leaves in, I'm going to place them around the bottom, not on the top. But I won't put again a lot in. So the berries, let's have a look. They're very similar shape to these, so I don't really want them too close to those. So I may bring these down at the bottom as well. So let's pop those in. You can see a space there. Again, so what I do on one side, I will do on another. So I'm going under here. And again, I'm pushing these quite far in because I don't want those to stick too far out. And then I will bring these as well now down here. So we're going further down with them. So I'm putting them at the top and at the bottom. And they're going around here underneath. I will lift up I want them underneath. Place the leaves back on. Like so. Then I've got one left. I may place that in the middle because there's nothing really there. So at least the lady can see one on top. And just place it there, push it a little bit further down. So we have that at the moment. Let's just get rid of things. I don't know if that's the muck. I don't want it on the lady's arrangement. So let's get the shikiri. Now I've got some bigger leaves than some smaller ones. I'm going for the smaller ones. Again, I don't want too big of a leaf because it is quite full at the moment. So let's just see with those. And again with these, I'm putting the odd one up above. I'm not doing it so you can see it sticking right out. I'm just doing it so you can just see about a third of it with the top part of the leaves. I'm going to go in a zigzag. Again, so it's just popping up. When you put any foliage in or anything, once you've got it as full as this, you don't always have to have the foliage sticking up so you can see the whole leaf. It's more natural if you have some leaves embedded within. That will give you more of a natural look. Then we'll place one. There you go again. It's just popping up. I may place one at the bottom. Now we'll bring one either side of the rose, the peony. Oh gosh, guys, I don't know what's wrong. Then again, I've got one more, so if I don't bring it there, I may place it right at the top. I think that would be better. So I've got a bit of a solid leaf behind the mini hydrangeas. Again, not much. I don't want it sticking too far up, just so you can just see the tip of it. So I'm not going to add any more of those in. So now we've got the herb, which I can't remember what it's called. So I have to now check where I want to place this, because we don't want it sticking up like that. We need it to be you know, embedded within all of the arrangement, because it is again quite a compact, or in the lady's words, full arrangement. Now I can see a spot where it needs to go already. So just stand back or look or stand above anything that you are doing and just have a look. And if something doesn't look right, pull it out and reposition it. Or I'm going to cut this a little because it's a tiny bit too long on that piece, because again I don't want it being too tall. And I want another one just behind the bow here. Again, I will fluff up our bow when it's nearly done. So it's like that. So I've got just those two there. Again, I don't want them too high. So then I'm going to place one here. So I'm going in between the peonies. Oh my gosh, I said it right. And then one here. As well. Again, I'm going to cut this one here. That's like that. So I've got those there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So now let's have a look. So these are going to go around the side. I've got a bit of glue strings. And I'm going to place this one. Again, like that, as you can see just here. Now I don't mind them being wispy on the side, because if you look at how far the foliage and the limoleum comes out in the ficus, that's okay. And plus it's airy, it's just on the top. Excuse me. So then I'm going to go just a little bit further down. I'm going to have to lift it. So I've placed 2 there, and I'm going to do the same on the opposite side. Oops, I've got glue string following me. And do one here. one under here. So I've got one left. It's got a glue off my hands. Do I bring that? I may bring that one down there. Or do I bring it up above? So let's just, I'm just going to lift it up, guys, so I can just have a proper look. Bottom. It's telling me the bottom, because there's not really much down here at the bottom, because obviously there are tail ends. But when you place this against the burgundy, it shows up really well. Now there's nothing up there, as you know, for it to lean on what's deep burgundy. So we're going to place it at the bottom. So I'm just going to lift it up again so I can see where the foam is. I'm going to have that slightly longer so it's a bit more wispy or stringy. I like that, stringy. And let's place everything back where it belongs. Like that. I can't remember where. Oh, that's a single one. Right, that is, oh, let me just grab a drink. No, I've got nothing. I've got this, what's just on its own. And I don't really want to put this in the leftover bucket when I've not got any more than that, without starting a new bunch. So I'm going to place this up here. So we've used everything. Let's just have a look. Oh, isn't that pretty? What's something nice and pretty to have on your doorway? As soon as you enter and it's on the wall. How pretty. So that is our arrangement completed for an order that I've had for a lady, Marion, and I did ask her if I could mention her name because I told her I was going to do her order on a video. She was more than happy. So again, I always check with the customer that it's okay. If they don't want their name mentioned, then I just state whether, you know, it's a lady or a gentleman. So that is what the lady's ordered, Marion. And she, you know, herself to on the entrance of her hallway door. As you open the door, it will be facing the door at eye view. So, and it matches in with her decor. So isn't that pretty? So let me put it on the easel. Oh, I did have a lady ask me the measurements of my easel. I've forgotten the lady's name. My apologies. When you place the easel, now this is an easel what you use if you're a painter and decorator. Not a not a painter and decorator, a paint, you know, you do painting, you know, portraits or things like that, landscape or anything like that. So if anybody else is interested, you just go and type in Google easel for painting or adjustable easel. So this is about 75 centimeters, which is about 29.5 inches high, and the width is 25 centimeters, which is just around 10 inches. So that is the actual height of it. So I might need to write that down for the lady and reply, because I sort of spotted the message last night and didn't have a chance to reply. So let me just write it. What did I say? I forgot what I said, guys. 75, which is inch and 25. Right, so I've got that written down now for the lady to reply to her message. Right, so let's get it on the easel. Make sure there's no glue. Oh, isn't that pretty? Oh, I quite like that. I might make one for myself. So I'm going to place that there. I'm going to bring up the camera. I'm going to have to bring it quite far back. Look at the cups there, guys. You'd think that I was really thirsty. So if you can see the top, so I do it like that. So here today we've done where we've had two love hearts attached to each other, a piece of foam attached to the wicker love hearts, and just a long arrangement to be hung on a customer's door, which a customer has ordered this. So to, not on her door, sorry, on the entrance on her wall facing the door. I tell you, I'm just getting wappy, really going crazy, I must be. And it matches the decor. The lady came here to choose the floral, the ribbon, and everything else. What's on here, the lady chose. So apart from these wild lilies that I just told her I'll add in extra, because there was only 3 left. And she didn't want, you know, she didn't want it wide. She just wanted it long, just to sit on a wall. And I think that's quite pretty. I might make myself one of those. I wonder where she got the love hearts from. I'll have to look. So she's had it in burgundies and pinks with bits of the limey, well I say limey, very palely coloured foliage, and then ficus. She's adding some herbs, some dusted twined fern, a deep rich burgundy willow, some limonium, some foxtail in burgundy as well, and some baby hydrangeas. You know, when I ordered those and they came, because I did want mini ones and they came, I sat looking at them for quite a while because I kept thinking, oh, they're so sweet. They are so sweet. So, and then she's got some berries in there as well, and some shikibi leaves, which I placed on single picks also. So I hope you enjoyed that, guys, and I hope it's given you an idea. So if you've got even if it's a circular wicker. It doesn't have to be a love art. And you attach them together with a cable tie, and then just put a bit of foam in the center and attach the foam through the wicker, and then just create yourself something beautiful. It doesn't have to be this shape. It could just be something small in the center. You don't have to have a bow, or if you want a bow, you could place, if you did a small one in the center, you could place a bow at the top and at the bottom. Or you know, you could use whatever colour your decor is, whether it be pastels, you know, or neutral colours, you know, whichever colour. Or if you just wanted you've got neutral colours and you wanted a pop of colour, you know, for example, you may wanted something like a deep blue, or you wanted a yellow, just as a pop of colour. I mean, this would look lovely if you wanted it in your kitchen as well, you know, just where maybe your dining table is, and have it at the side. That would look pretty. Or if you wanted to do two of these and have them either side of your door, maybe in your kitchen going out onto the garden, or either side of, you know, on two pillars, whichever, guys. I mean, I'm just coming up with ideas where you could place them, and it would be a fabulous thing. And it's not big. In fact, let's have a look how big it is. In total, 20 inches. That's just how long it is from the floral, the top of the floral, to the bottom of the floral. So it's just 20, well, to the bottom of that wicker love art, because it's below the floral. So 20 inches. So that's not long. So it's just a perfect size, especially if you're living in a small house or bungalow or flat, and you know, you didn't want nothing big where it would stand out too much. Just something small on a smaller scale. And as well, for you beginners, you know, to practice on a smaller scale, things like this, before you decide to go on to doing big, you know, arrangements like big wreaths or big swags, or, you know, anything like that. Something like this would be great to practice on first. So again, I hope you enjoyed that, guys. Please subscribe, share and like. To everybody you know, keep your comments coming, you know, because you know me, guys, I love to chat. Or my husband says I waffle, meaning I go on and on and on. I tell a story, he says, instead of just getting to the bullet points, which he could be right, but never mind, I enjoy it. So have a wonderful day. Keep creating some beautiful arrangements, because I know that you all are doing things like that, and you know, I can only but imagine that they're beautiful. So, and also look after yourselves, you know, and take care. God bless. I won't be here tomorrow, because tomorrow, Friday, is my busiest day, and it will be extremely busy tomorrow, because I have got to catch up on the orders that I missed while I was in hospital. So I will see you on Monday. Monday? Nothing's going off on Monday as far as I can think of. But I will see you on Monday. Have a great weekend. Take care, guys. I love you all. And I'll see you soon. Bye for now. Bye-bye. So, let's get a bit of a close-up. My cat's hanging around because, as you can see the time here, 3:20. He doesn't get his tea till 4 o'clock. But from 3 o'clock onwards, he starts to hang around me. He thinks I'm going to give in and give it him early. Right. So there, oh gosh, my phone's not. One moment. It might go bright again, guys. There we have it. It's zoomed in now. There is the peonies, the deep, rich burgundy peonies. The burgundy, if I put it here, foxtail fern. I can't see it there. Here we have it. The rich, deep burgundy willow. There's that. I don't know if it's fennel. I don't know. You'd have to let me know if you're into the, if you understand or you grow your own herbs. And the mini little hydrangeas. Aren't they sweet? With the hint of pink in the green one and a very light pink on the tips of the white one. And then we have my favourite floral, the ranunculus. I can just move there with the seeds inside as well, very realistic. And the wild lily and our limonium and our dusted twine fern. And what else did we get, guys? Oh, and obviously our ficus as well. So I don't think I can remember what else I put in. But yeah, and then there's this. Isn't this pretty? I don't know what it's called. I'm sure my friend Linda will, you know, keep me informed. She did last time. And the berries. Yes, of all the berries. And here they are with a little hint of pink in them. So, I hope you enjoyed that, guys. And I hope you give something like that a go. And have fun with it. And have a wonderful weekend. Take care. And I'll see you on Monday. Bye for now.